presenting problem for our organization is there's a large amount of elderly people who still require adult living assistance. That's because the population of elderly people is growing and increasing because people are living longer, and people living longer, people are getting older, so that means the elderly population is growing and being more combined. It's made up mainly of baby boomers and the silent generation. Also, low amounts of people who can or want to assist senior citizens. Knowing now, like in my field, I'm a social worker, and I'm one of the only black males in my field. So there's not a lot of people who want to help senior citizens. It's just a lot of people that want to do other things, want to be the next big thing, so they're not really caring about the helping profession. Also, there's a shortage of assisted care organizations. No more organizations that take care of people or have in-home nurses and things like that. It's just hard to find those type of people that want to do those jobs. The target population, senior citizens ages 65 years and older. The population of senior citizens without families and things like that, and relatives to look out for them, and they're just kind of on their own, and they need just that little bit of help so they don't have to go to nursing homes and things like that. We also target youth ages 18 to 25 who don't have grandparents or guidance, things like that. Like some youth ages, you know what I'm saying, 18, 25, they sometimes need that grandparent to, you know what I'm saying, love on them or somebody to look after or things like that. With the companionship with Honey's Bees, you can provide that companionship for the senior citizens, and then that guidance. And sometimes if they build a good relationship, that new love is kind of like having a grandparent that you never had. The literature and background of this: 2 generations make up our senior citizens. We got the silent generation, which are the ones that are already 65 and up right now, and then the baby boomers, which are like my parents. Their age is 50 through 65 now. So those people in that generation are all becoming senior citizens and becoming elderly and becoming older. They have disagreement theory of aging, which suggests that older adults age. They find it harder to keep in touch with their friends and loved ones. So with that, it's like when you're getting older, you don't have to work using technology as well, things of that nature. So it's kind of hard to stay in touch. And if you can't get around, you won't be able to go see people. So sometimes if your family lives away, you don't know how to work social media to be able to FaceTime and things like that. So with this assisted living, it's somebody to be able to look after you and to also help you with things that you need to do around the home and things like that. It's been a decline in physical activity among senior citizens. It also leads them to being more physically unable to complete tasks on their own. So another reason why this is an organization that is a need, because a lot of adults living on their own that can't do the things they need to do. So they're suffering from trying to do things and hurting themselves and falling and things like that. The intervention hypothesis. We provide services for seniors living alone. So we provide transportation, provide help with chores, things like taking out the trash, maybe cleaning the house, walking the dog, moving things around the home, companionship, just someone to talk to at times, someone to, you know what I'm saying, just be there for you. Well, since you're just alone all the time, especially not being able to get around. The transportation allows us to keep the senior citizens active in the community, and still out and seeing things, and just kind of giving them that positive look on life. So with my reflection, I feel like I developed knowledge on how to go about possibly starting an organization, all the things that went into building an organization, coming up with a business plan, and finding ways to earn money, and finding ways to reach out to the population that you are seeking when it comes to the organization. And also learned how to realize that every organization is not needed. So I learned that you have to make sure your organization or your desire to do something has relevancy in time today. I learned that just all the different types of help that there is to build an organization, all the grants that you can apply for and things like that, and just knowing that it's not impossible to do this. Some things I wish I knew beforehand. Honestly, I wish I knew that a lot of these things were available. I wish I knew that all these grants existed and things like that. I wish I knew how to run a fundraiser. I wish I knew how to figure out a budget for a company, how to give people salaries, and how to decide if I want to, what my colleagues and my employees needed, what kind of degrees they needed, things like that. I wish I understood just more of the organization side of it, like charts and things like that. Like, this is my first time ever using or making charts about my thing, organizational charts and business structures and things like that, like finding buildings and stuff like that. Like, I didn't realize how much work went into building an organization, and I didn't even really make an organization. This was just for a project. So all the work we put in for a project would be triple. So just being able to know that, like learning that this stuff is attainable and this stuff is stuff that could be needed, because looking at it, I feel like our organization actually could be an organization that could be used in time today, because I do know a lot of adults that don't have families and they need help in the home and things like that, and sometimes they can't afford to go to a nursing home, or sometimes they don't want to. They just rather be at their own home because they've lived there their whole life. So just realizing that all these things come together and connect to be able to build this, and just working with my group, I understood that, like, you have to be able to mesh well with people. You have to be able to talk. You have to be able to get your point across, but you have to also be able to listen. You have to be able to do a lot of things. And I feel like after finishing this project, I feel like I learned a lot of things. And I feel like this is going to be able to help me in my future in becoming a social worker.